The first question is how to identify or discover your goal in life which excites you and something you look forward to every day of your life. Well, how to identify or discover? You have answered your question here. You have to identify it. You have to discover it. You might try a few things. You might try your hand at a few things, and one of those it may click with you. And that may just be it. For some, it could be just playing chess. It could be painting for somebody else. It could be anything for any person. But the key is, a goal really is a goal when it makes you do more than what you think you can do. And it becomes a purpose in life when it is bigger than your own existence or just your own desire. And then you automatically get to the next level. So you can't hope to sit in the confines of your home and expect that something will pop, drop from the air, from the skies, and you'll say, well, I found my purpose, this is what I'm going to do. You have to try. You have to find something that you like to do. And it's something, if there is one habit you should, it would really help if there was an explicit effort to put that in, to give that to the kids, so that when they grow up, they have some purpose. It would be the habit of reading. If you make them read, no matter what, could be a storybook when they are growing up, just read something before you go to bed. I promise you, they will find some purpose in life. And to validate what I'm saying, just look around those people who are used to reading from early ages. They are never without a goal. There is something they want to do, there is something they like to do. It's one thing common among, I've seen at least from my experience and observation, one thing common among all those people who are getting somewhere in life, or not materially just, but some people who are happy, they have a purpose, they are used to reading. So good books are really hard to find, but if you keep reading, it's a numbers game. You read 10, at least 2 or 1 will be good. So if you don't have anything else, at least get into the habit of reading, but especially if this is a message you could pass on, put your kids in the habit of reading. Because something miraculous happens when you read a book. If I read a book that's written by you, and let's say you're 40 years old, I'm not just reading a piece of work that you wrote in 5 days. It may be, but I'm reading your lifetime of experience. Subconsciously, I'll be getting all the knowledge you've gained in 40 years of your life. And that's why reading is incredibly powerful. It gives the person an ability to think deeply. It opens them more without even traveling, without going into different cultures. You open up. And as we were talking about ego earlier, ego is being closed. Ego says, only I am right. Firmness or love could say, well, I'm right and you are right too. We agree to disagree. But ego says, no. When I'm right, there's nobody else that can be right, because I say so. And that's really, if you read, it really won't help your ego, but it will help you see another dimension, another perspective. So maybe then you might even find something. Maybe, who knows, you might start writing. In my life, I never wrote other than business documents. It's something I said, well, I've got to do this. So if you are committed, you can do anything. I had never been a writer, but last year I wrote 7 books. When I went away, in 2 months, in 60 days, I wrote 7 books, 350,000 words in 60 days. That's a lot of writing. For more than 10 hours a day, I was writing, just punching away on my keyboard, on my laptop. If you are committed, you can't expect to find your purpose and love it from day one. Your purpose will grow on you. Your passion will grow on you. You take up something, you will have some challenges, but if you persist, The more you invest yourself in it, the more you will love it. It's very hard to hate what you have put your time into. Simple as that. There was a man in, and it's a real story, in New York it happened. He was at night just taking a walk, a stroll, and on a bridge he saw a man jump. And he realized this man was committing suicide. So he rushed down, and he was wearing a business suit and an expensive one, and before jumping in the water he's thinking, should I not? And this man said, for a moment I had this thought in me that should I? This man's choosing to kill himself, or what do I care? But he said, no, I couldn't resist. So with my suit I jumped and I saved that man, and I called the cops, and I went all the way to the hospital to make sure he's there. And then he said, next morning I bought a bouquet for this. He was a young boy, it turned out. I bought a bouquet for this boy, so I thought I'm going to give it to him in the hospital. On my way to the hospital, he said, I was thinking there are every night in New York, every day, about 10 people commit suicide. And hundreds are in the hospital, thousands. I'm not thinking about anybody else. I'm not worried about anybody else. Why am I taking a bouquet for this person? Clearly, why? Why am I feeling attached to this person when I don't even know him? I wasted $800 business suit by jumping in that muddy water, but instead of taking that money from him, I'm taking a bouquet for him, and taking a half a day off from work. And he said, then it dawned on me, of course. First you invest, then you care. Anything where you invest yourself emotionally, financially, physically, anyway, in any matter, mentally, you automatically start caring about that thing. That thing becomes yours. And you know how tenants live in a house versus how owners live in a house, right? Even a tap, they will happily put up with the nuisance for 5 years but not get it fixed. So it's not our house. It's not our house. Well, it's not ours. They might live there for 10 years but won't get the walls painted. It's not our house. It's not our house. This world is also like that, by the way. If you start to look at it, everybody's a tenant. The attachment will automatically go away.